We all know people who are rocking this thing called life. People who have the house, the job, the kids, the vacation, the clothes. Whatever success and happiness looks like to you, it's probably really easy to see the signs of people living their dreams. But what about your life? What happens when everyone around you is doing all the things, but you're not? If you feel stuck and don't know why, then you definitely want to listen to today's episode. Welcome to Living Beyond Limits. I'm your host, Marcy Langlois. Today, we're going to dive in to discover why everyone else is out there doing things that matter while you're feeling stuck in place. My goal for this episode is to help you see 3 things I've seen in myself and my friends and help you get on the path to success and happiness. I want to start by asking you a question. When was the last time that you set a goal for yourself or let yourself dream a big dream? Okay, maybe it wasn't a big dream. Maybe you just want to lose a couple of pounds or you want to be a little more active. So you go to the gym or you eat a salad and one slice of pizza instead of the whole deep dish with extra meat. I'm sure you can relate, right? All week long, you made small choices and by Friday, you're feeling good. You know you're nailing the goal. Like you can just feel it. You're crushing it. You're actually doing it. So then Friday night rolls around and you eat that pizza without the salad. Or you indulge in a big dessert after your meal. Now, I'm not asking you or suggesting that you have to be perfect about these changes in your life. I'm not talking even about a cheat day or a little reward for all your hard work. If you're like me though, that one break that you take from the routine, the new healthy habit you built is not just a cheat day or a small reward. A lot of times after that double chocolate brownie sundae, I would feel such guilt and shame. I feel pretty defeated, honestly. Like I totally failed. And instead of going right back to salads and the healthier choices that I had been making, guess what I would do? I'd just fall off completely. I'd totally be away from the new goal and the new behaviors that I just set up for myself. Now, on the outside, you may look at your healthy friends. They eat well, they work out, and manage to keep their health under control and think, now those people, they have it all together. And sure, maybe your friends, they do have some things easier than you. We can't know everything that someone else struggles with or does. But what I can tell you is what I did. And maybe what you do as well is you set a goal, you start on the new path, the hard path, and then whammo, at the first sign that you're doing really great, you stop. There's a name for this, friends. There's a term that describes what I've done and what you may do sometimes too. That term is called self-sabotage. Why? I mean, really, why on earth do we set a goal, we get started, we're actually doing it, and then we stop ourselves? You can have a cheat day and go right back to the salads. But if you don't, then you're stealing your own power. You're sabotaging your own success. There are reasons why people do this stuff. And this is something that I want you to understand because I've lived it. I've done this time and time again. If you sabotage your own success, we're normally suffering from something else. There's something other underlying that problem that makes us believe that we don't deserve the good things that are on the end of that path. What kind of problems lead us to sabotage our own success? I'm sure you're curious, right? Usually low self-esteem and unresolved trauma. If you find yourself consistently stopping yourself from growing and changing, you've got to ask yourself, is there an underlying unconscious belief rolling around somewhere in your head that makes you think you don't deserve whatever it is that you've set out to accomplish? What I want to offer you today is insight. Insight that can change your life, like it changed mine. I'm going to ask you a question. What would your life look like if you stepped into yourself fully? What if you fully believed in and fully invested in your health, your boundaries, and your productivity? Who could you become if you never stood in your own way again? This is a powerful point, friends. And I promise you this, if you can visualize your success, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. The only difference between you and the people you see living their best life is they are doing it. They're doing it every day. While you, what are you doing? I'm not judging you, honestly. I'm here to show you what I did. Take the time to think through that question and just answer it honestly for yourself, just for you. You don't need to tell me or anyone else. I'm sharing this with you because I held myself back for so many years, believing that my looks and my health and my family issues and my addiction made me unworthy of my wildest dreams. But I'm also here to share that stepping into your power and owning your life is everything. It's the difference between a life that you love and thrive in or one that you merely exist while everyone else around you passes you by. When I was able to start identifying the ways in which I was self-sabotaging my own life, then I could see where those behaviors originated from and why I was doing this to myself. Armed with facts and knowledge, I was able to stop allowing those old patterns of being dictate my current circumstances. Instead, I decided to step into my own power and transform my life. And so can you. But there's more to this than just self-sabotage. Maybe you don't stop yourself once you start making those positive changes. But what about this? When an opportunity presents itself, a new job, a new relationship, a dinner date, a networking event, what is your first reaction? Do you say yes? Or do you always say no? That's a doozy if you do. Another reason why other people seem to be living their best lives while you're stuck in place could be because instead of saying yes, you're always saying no. Now, there's a lot of reasons why people say no to things. Sometimes no is absolutely the right answer, but that's not what I mean. If you can't or don't want to do something, you need to have a healthy and clear boundary. Saying no then is a perfectly acceptable answer. What I'm referring to is when you say no because you don't believe that you can do something, when you're afraid to face a new challenge and accomplish, when you're unsure whether you're good enough or ready. So instead of putting yourself out there, you just simply bow out. When people live small, they shortchange themselves. They stay with the familiar and the known. I know, I get this. It feels so scary to step out on that limb. It feels safer to stay within your comfort bubble, but that's living small, friends. People are afraid to fully embody their lives because they let the fear win. Useless thoughts plague them. What if things don't work out, right? That's the first thing that usually I think. What if you fail at the biggest goal you ever set? What if your heart gets broken? What if it isn't what you thought it was gonna be? My answer to all of that now, today, on the other side of doing these things to myself is so what? So what if it doesn't work out exactly as you had hoped? So what if you fail? I have learned so much through my failures, as much as I have learned from my own successes. But I know that most people think life feels easier to stay small and play it safe than to possibly fail. The fear of failure holds us back from so many opportunities because we simply aren't willing to put ourselves out there. If you think everyone else can do it, but not you, then you can be certain you are avoiding stepping into your own power. I'm always fascinated by the people that think other people can live the life that they want, but they themselves can't. They think it's great and amazing that someone else has accomplished some amazing feat, but they think, I can never do something like that. They think this level of accomplishment is all well and good for others, but they just can't see themselves ever being able to get there. They believe that for some reason, they aren't capable to accomplish whatever they set out to do. They feel like they have no power to assert in their own life to live out their dreams. They can't see that life is full of opportunity and possibility for everyone, including them. I totally can relate to this line of thinking. When I was stuck in the throes of addiction, I thought I had no power, none, to live my life the way that I wanted to. I woke up every single day and did the exact same thing. I'd get ready for the day. By lunchtime, I was at the bar, back to work for a few hours in the afternoon, and then back to the bar for the evening. My only aim for the day was to get completely loaded so that I didn't have to deal with my life. I didn't want to face life, and I definitely didn't want to deal with my past. I would tell myself things like, The past is the past. And so did the best that they could do. And stupid stuff like time heals all wounds. I mean, come on, right? If any of this were actually true, then I wouldn't be going to the bar every day, obviously. I couldn't see the truth at the time, though. I was so stuck. I didn't know how to step into my power, make a different choice, and move into recovery. Truthfully, I didn't think I had a choice, and I thought I would go on to live my entire life as an active addict. It turns out that pain is a huge gift. Pain can push you into figuring out what kind of power you actually do have. Being sick and tired of the life that you're living can be one of the greatest motivating factors for you to step into your own power. Pain forces you one way or the other. It will either bury you and reinforce a victim mentality, or it will motivate you to go to any lengths to do whatever needs to be done to reach your goal. And speaking of pain, one more sign that you are not stepping into your own power and are holding yourself back from living the life you see everyone else living is that you fixate on the pain and not the progress. It's so easy to get stuck in the pain and circumstances of life and totally miss the progress that you're making. Change is hard and it takes time. Change can be painful and uncomfortable. So, of course, it is easy to fixate on how painful the process is and just get stuck right there. Meanwhile, you're completely shortchanging yourself by overlooking your progress. Mindset is a critical component when you choose to see yourself as valuable, valid, and important. Step into your power. It's fine to acknowledge the pain, but it's important not to stay there. Taking time to assess what is working and what isn't will help you move through things more efficiently. Notice where you have made implementations that have actually worked and paid off, and note how you can do more of that. Choosing to see what is going well will only help you get to where you're going so much faster. What I've come to realize is that life is life. It's not necessarily bad or good, but rather it is what it is. Sometimes things do work out and they come together, and other times they don't. There is a lesson in all of our experiences. Life is what I make of it. My energy goes wherever I direct my attention. So if I focus on the pain, then the pain will increase. And if I focus on the progress, then that will increase. It's my choice where I invest my energy. When I'm fully operating from my power, choosing things that support my well-being, then everything is manageable. I get in a flow with life because I'm operating from my authentic self, and that's stepping into your power. Friends, thank you so much for listening today. I've laid out ways that can really help you understand if you're resisting stepping into your own power and owning your life. Take the time to know if and how you're living small. Then go the extra step and see where you can show up in your life more authentically, with greater optimism, vision, and an unstoppable attitude. Please reach out to me on my website and let me know the ways that you showed up for yourself and took your power back this week. If you found today's episode helpful or enlightening, then share it with your community of people. Follow me on Facebook, Insta, or TikTok in between episodes for nuggets of truth. I look forward to connecting with you next Thursday. Until then, be aiming to live beyond limits.